Hello and welcome to the Boys Upstairs Show. This is my top 5 MVP list as of week 10.
Woo!
So I'm going to start from 5 here. I'm going to go down to 1. I'll just get this off the bat now. This list that I have created here is not going to match up with what most of the pundits are saying out there. Number 5, I'm going to go with 49ers here, Christian McCaffrey. The 49ers without Christian McCaffrey are much less elite, and especially with injuries to Debo this year. Brandon Ayuk has played a lot better than a lot of people thought he was going to, but without Christian McCaffrey, they have a very mid to bad quarterback, and he relies on a lot of screen passes and a lot of runs from Christian McCaffrey. So I think that his value cannot be understated. He leads the league in yards from scrimmage. He is tied for the league in touchdowns. I have Christian McCaffrey at 5. Number 4 on the list here, I have Patrick Mahomes. No wide receiver 1, and they still are one of the best teams in the NFL. He still is leading one of the best offenses in the NFL. They are still going to be one of the teams when it comes down to the thick of it at the end. When you have Patrick Mahomes on your team, you're confident no matter what. You are confident when there's 30 seconds left on the clock. So I think that Patrick Mahomes is very valuable. And because of that, he is number 4 on the MVP ranking. Number 3, Jake's guy, Jalen Hurts. He leads the league in rushing touchdowns for quarterbacks. And the Eagles have the best record in the NFL. They're the best team in the NFL as we stand today. When you are the best quarterback on the best team and you have all of those things that I just said and you're playing good football, it's tough to ignore that. And I also think that he is a very good football player, and he's not been in the game.
Jalen Hurts? You saying Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts.
He's got the best fucking team in the league.
Damn, just let him finish and
scores half of his touchdowns on a rugby play.
And I know that a lot of people like Sam don't like the tush push. What can he do as the quarterback if there's a play that is going to succeed as much as it does, and it just happens to be a running play? Like, that doesn't make him any worse of a player in my brain. So I think that the Eagles are probably the best team in the NFL, but I think that a lot of that does come because of him. So that's why he's 3rd. Number 2, I have Tyreek Hill. And prior, if we did this like 2 weeks ago or even last week, I probably would have had him number 1. But I have him number 2. He's going to break 2,000 yards, which has never been done before. He averages 119 yards a game. Like Martin said last week, basically due for one bomb a game. You know, we thought maybe he was just a product of playing with Patrick Mahomes and also having Andy Reid, but then he goes to Miami and he's doing this with Tua, who we all kind of thought was kind of mid or ass. And it's like, he is really just that guy. I think Tyreek Hill is number 2. And then number 1, TJ Watt. Steelers are 5-3, been outgained every game. It's very well noted. And the games that we've won, most of them, if not all of them, he's had monumental moments in those games where he changes the course of the game. He also impacts plays just by double teaming and allowing Highsmith to get sacks and stuff like that. Steelers are 13-5 with TJ Watt playing and 1-6 without him. That's also just a testament to how much we value him and how better our team is with him. He is the best player in the NFL to me right now, just because of the fact that if you take TJ Watt off the field, we're a much worse team. So that's why I have him at 1. And I know that he's not going to win because he's not a quarterback. And I don't know last time defense player won MVP, but I think that he is the most valuable player in the NFL. So that's why I have him in 1.
Let me go first.
I really wanted.
Let me go first. I think the reason he's not getting as much love and hype for it is because I don't think that the media, the guys who vote for this, expect the Steelers to keep this up. Because all 4 AFC North teams would be in the playoffs if it started today. I don't think a lot of people expect that to continue. I don't either, but if a team's going to drop out, I think the Browns are going to drop off, not the Steelers. If the Steelers win 10, 11 games and TJ Watt keeps this pace up, he should definitely, in my opinion, get MVP votes. As Tommy said, he won't win it just because for a defensive player to win it, it would need to be a Cowboys, where they're constantly on TV and, they got all the fanboys loving them. But the Jalen Hurts thing. Tommy, you had him 3rd.
Correct.
I don't think he's been a top 3 player on his own team this year. And I think you would actually agree with me. A.J. Brown, Jason Kelce, and Jalen Carter have all been better than him this year. Jalen Hurts is having a good year. Not as good as he was last year. He's having a good year. But to me, he's in the same category as Tua. This is the last quick thing I'm going to turn it over to Sam. I don't think those two can be – and listen, if Jalen Hurts takes off, there's like 8 weeks left or whatever. He's got plenty of time. I don't think Jalen Hurts can be the MVP, same as Tua, if you're not the best player on your own offense. A.J. Brown and Jason Kelce are better players than he is.
Yes, Jalen Hurts is the quarterback of the best team in the NFL. That doesn't mean he's an MVP player. He has been not great in the passing game this year. He hasn't scrambled that much. He lost a little bit of a step in his run. I don't know if he's lost speed or something. And you say he leads quarterbacks and rushing touchdowns. Yeah, when you've got fucking Jason Kelce and Dallas Goedert pushing your ass and you could squat 700 pounds, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, that doesn't make you the most valuable player in the league. If you could put Kyle Long back there for all I care, he's going to score the touchdown there. So that argument is baseless. And then it's also not just Jalen Hurts. I think, honestly, in my opinion, for the Mahomes case too, I would put Travis Kelce on the list before I put Patrick Mahomes on there. Because if you replace, obviously, Tyreek Hill, Mahomes lost Hill, didn't miss a beat, whatever. I think it would be a lot different if you take Travis Kelce out of that Chiefs offense and replace him with another tight end. The connection those two have, and if there was co-MVPs, I'd give it out. The stigma in the NFL that the MVP has to be a quarterback needs to end, okay? A quarterback on a good team. Yes, you're a quarterback on a good team. You're the commander of the offense. Actually, sometimes, no, you're really not. Brock Purdy probably doesn't command anything. He's just getting coached very well. So, exactly. And that's why you don't put Brock Purdy there. And Brock Purdy doesn't have the resume. He doesn't have the pedigree of that. And people are going to put Mahomes there because he's been an MVP before. But if you're asking me, Jalen Hurts should not be on the list, and Travis Kelce should be on it before Patrick Mahomes should be. Mahomes' best moments this year is great moments have come from being with Travis Kelce. They talk about so much, the Travis route, whatever, how he doesn't even run routes. He just fucking finds somewhere on the field to go, and then Mahomes will find him because that's how well they play together. Also, with the Tua thing, yes, you've got Tyreek Hill, you've got Jalen Waddle, you've got all of that, but there's quarterbacks out there that have really good weapons too that aren't doing the same things. And Tua's throwing great passes. Yes, he's coached well. And that's the thing about MVP. It's so hard to tell who is actually the most valuable player. People get most valuable player mixed up with most popular player or most marketable player. You have to sit down and think to yourself, what does most valuable player mean? You are the most valuable player. You're not the player that sells the most jerseys. You're not the player that Chris Collinsworth slurps off all the time on Sunday Night Football. Sorry, Chris. No, not sorry. Fuck you, Chris Collinsworth.
Wait,
no,
Sam, stop.
Whoa.
Wait, Sam, stop for a minute. So who do you think is the MVP of the league right now?
It'd be Tyreek Hill, easily.
Okay, that's very fair.
I mean, I agree.
It'd be Tyreek Hill because without Tyreek Hill, that Dolphins offense isn't doing nearly what it would be. Without Travis Kelce, sure, Mahomes will make plays. He'll still be a great quarterback. He always will be. But without Travis Kelce,
without TJ Watt, the Steelers are probably 0-8, 0-9.
Exactly. And that's TJ Watt makes a great case too. And that's what I was going to jump on you about that for Steelers bias, but it's not true. TJ Watt is that good. It
sucks the guys who vote for it just make it a quarterback award.
It's a popularity quarterback.
I wish Myles Garrett and TJ Watt and Tyreek Hill would actually get votes because those dudes deserve it.
Because they win games for their teams. They are that valuable. That's and it's the same reason. If Brock Purdy was a first round pick, I guarantee you people would be saying Brock Purdy should be MVP. But he's not. Nobody's a 7th round pick who's benefiting off of his coaching and his good players. Jalen Hurts is the same fucking way. He has a great team all around him. An amazing team all around him, and he does what he needs to do to win. But the MVP isn't doing what you need to do to win. The MVP is being the most valuable player of this guy is going to come on our team and win games. This man is going to get you more wins and more impact in a game than any other player in the NFL. Jalen Hurts is not giving you that.
I was just going to say the current FanDuel top 3, top 5 for MVP is Mahomes, Hurts, Lamar, Tua, Burrow. So, and then
Burrow.
If we want to keep going here, Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, McCaffrey, then Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott. It's Dak Prescott.
It's a fucking joke.
Dak Prescott is more valuable than Tyreek Hill and TJ Watt somehow in the eyes of whoever makes that list.
It's a Hollywood award. It's a joke.
If you're a non-quarterback, and then I'm going to shut up. I know Sean's waiting, so the last non-quarterback to win it was Adrian Peterson for my Vikings. 2,000 yards off the ACL, awful team, dragged us to the playoffs. If you're a non-quarterback, you need to have essentially a perfect season.
Or
Like Tyreek Hill, the game in Germany, he didn't have that great of a game. He had the fumble, which was the play of the game, and the Chiefs scored on that play. Like, that's people will not vote. Like he needs to have 10 catches for 120 yards at a minimum every single, which is impossible. It's really unfortunate.
I mean, he averages 120 yards a game right now, which is like insane to even say. But like my thing is like if you have a narrative, it's less like this for NFL than it is for NBA, but it still is like if you have some type of narrative going for you, like he does, then I think that if he breaks 2,000 yards and maybe say like Mahomes, like there's the Chiefs are still going to be great, but Mahomes doesn't have like an insane year, then maybe he could win. Like Jalen Hurts, I think is still really good, but like he isn't also having an insane statistical season either. So I think that like I think the race is wide open right now, and Tyreek Hill has a little bit of a narrative, but the fact that like he's below Dak Prescott is like the definition of mid. On that note, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.